Hey there, my name is Matt Munster and I'm the team captain of Formula Kentucky, and this is Formula Kentucky. We are UK's racing team. We compete in a competition put on by the Society of Automotive Engineers, and we compete against colleges and universities worldwide. So this is our 7th year as a team. We've been breaking a lot of parts, rebuilding those parts, designing them to be better, and then we've been trying to build better race cars. We're currently in the middle of making our 4th race car, FK04, and today I'm going to be showing you all the wonderful things that we do as engineering students. So if you look right in here, this brings us into our garage. So this is where we've been building our cars and where all the magic happens. Alright, so we are currently in the middle of building FK04, which is our newest car. What we're going to end up doing is we're going to take a bunch of these tubes, and then we're going to end up adding some of these little drawings onto them, sharpieing bits in, and then we're going to end up putting them into our tube notcher here, where we can turn this to a precise angle and drill a nice clean hole. And then we're going to end up with a bunch of tubes that look like this, with some weird little circles cut out of them. And then what we're able to do is we can put these tubes together, weld them up, and then we can end up with a full car. Here's all the tubes that we've already done. It's quite a few, and we've got maybe 20 more to go. In addition to making all of the chassis of our car, we also make our own custom bodywork. So we're going to move over to another part of our shop to show that off. In addition to building the chassis, we also end up making all of our own bodywork. So like a lot of other fast cars that you'll see, they've got really sleek and swooping lines to them. And really that's there to help push all the air out of the way of the car. And for us, it's the same exact thing. What we're going to do is we're going to start off with a piece of carbon fiber, and yes, it is a fabric. And then we're going to end up putting this into one of these molds that you see behind me. And then we're going to end up putting some resin onto it. And this resin, once it cures, we're going to end up with a piece that looks something like this. It's going to be nice and strong, it's lightweight, and this is what we use to make the body of our car. So this right here, this is our side pod for our car. This one covers up our radiator. It goes in between the wheels of the car, and it just helps for air to go nice and smoothly over it. So now that I've talked a little bit about our new car, I'm going to show you our old car out in the trailer. So in here we have FK03, our prior car. This one we competed with up in Michigan 2 years ago. And we placed about 50% in the pack, but that's because during the endurance race, a 13-mile long competition, we had our engine overheat. So as you can see right now, the engine's out of the car. But you can see some other interesting parts of a complete Formula car here. You can see our nice tube frame all in here. It's the same thing as those tubes you saw earlier, except they're all welded together into one nice sturdy piece. You can also see our finished bodywork. It's a nose cone that is helping to divert all of that air. You can also take a look at our driver controls that we have. We've obviously got a steering wheel in here, we've got some pedals down there, as well as a dash where we can see the RPM, our speed, and all that useful information. You can also see some of the remnants of our wiring harness. Usually those will be neatly tucked away next to the engine. Alright, so I've shown you a lot of the manufacturing side of things, but next we're going to talk a little bit about the design. So we're going to head up to our office, but I'm a little bit tired of walking, so I should have been doing this the whole time. So this right here is our office, or conference room, where we host a lot of our team meetings, or where we can be, just like how Marcus is, just working on our projects. Up over there, you're also going to see our design schedule. That is really, how we stay on top of things. It shows all of our deadlines, what steps we need to do next. But that's really all there is to show here, so I'll take you over to our computer lab. Our computer labs, where our team can come in and work on their designs, run simulations on them, and work on whatever projects they have. So right now I'm going to give you a little bit of a better look at our next car, FK04. So this car right here, it is going to have an under tray, which is something new. It's going to give us some more downforce, help it push wind out of the way better. We're also going to have an improved intake. This is going to help us get more power to the car at all times. And then we also have an upgraded radiator. Our last car, as I said before, it overheated, so this one's going to have more cooling and it'll be able to run for longer. There are a couple of other minor changes that we've made to the car, but those are the main ones. So this right here, this is our electronics workstation. Over here we've got our soldering irons and a bunch of electrical testing devices, and we've got some projects over here. But basically our electronic system works with a bunch of data that we make on our car. So this right here, it is a sensor board that we've made and designed. It's actually got the Formula Kentucky logo on it. And this, it will essentially take in data from, or take in a signal on one part of the car and send it all the way to the other side. That way we can store it. So if you look closely on this, you're going to see a lot of little connections made with metal. Those are by our soldering irons. And it's essentially a little glue that's going to hold in all of our little components and make this circuit board run. Well, that's all that we have for you today. As you can see, engineering is a really extensive field of study, and there are a whole lot of things that you can do with it. You can use a lot of that math and science that you've been learning in school and really use it to express your creativity. We want to thank you for watching this video, and we hope to see you on campus soon. Go Cats!